Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Double Odd Josh and today is February 9th, 2017, and this is my very first video, which is kind of like a two-in-one. So I live in California and we're about to have a change in our laws beginning next year in 2018, and that's the main reason I'm making this video. So beginning next year, you're going to have to go through a dealer to get your ammo, and there might be some serious problems with that in terms of cost and availability. It's 2017 right now, and you still got time to stock up on whatever you want. Personally, I think it's more important to buy the ammo right now than to buy a new gun, but at the same time, it's also important to stay focused on the types of calibers for that ammo. TFB TV made a video called Top 5 Calibers, and I agree with them on 4 of their calibers, but in my opinion, they dropped the ball on one of them. So when determining these 5 calibers, I took into consideration 4 general characteristics, which are number 1, uses, as in what can you use this caliber for, number 2, versatility, the types of firearms that go with this caliber, number 3, availability, as in how easy is it to find ammo in this caliber, and finally, number 4, cost, how cheap or expensive is it to buy it. And I'm not really talking about reloading here, so let's go ahead and get started. At number 5 is 22 long rifle, and I didn't really number these in any particular order, but I saved the best for last. This is everybody's favorite plinking round. You can also use it for small game, you can also use it to train new shooters because of its low recoil. You can have 2 similar guns, one in 22 and the other in a bigger caliber, and you can get a lot more trigger time with the 22. There are also swap out options for ARs and Glocks. There are many uses for 22, which leads me into the next point, which is versatility. There are plenty of rifles, pistols, and revolvers chambered in 22. In terms of availability, Walmart probably won't have it on the shelves, but it's slowly making a comeback for sale online. So next up is 12 gauge at number 4. And here I have 7.5 birdshot, double-aught buck, and a slug. I'd say the 2 main uses for 12 gauge are hunting and self-defense. In terms of versatility, there are plenty of break action, pump action, and semi-auto shotguns to choose from, even if you live in a very restricted state like California. When it comes to availability, it's like the exact opposite of 22. I can't remember a single time when I went to Walmart and they didn't have it in stock, and of course you can find it online. The type of shells that you're using really determines the cost. For example, 7.5 birdshot is way cheaper than slugs. So after 12 gauge, we have 9mm as number 3. The main use of 9mm, for me at least, is self-defense. When it comes to versatility, there is one big factor you have to take into consideration here in California, which is the roster of handguns certified for sale. This is a roster, a list of approved handguns where if you want to buy a handgun new, it has to be on the roster. But even when you look at the roster, there are tons of handguns chambered in 9mm to choose from. Also, I've taken a look at some of the pistol caliber carbines out there, and it seems like a good number of them are chambered in 9mm. When it comes to buying ammo in this caliber, my experiences have been that it's very common and easy to find. The cost per round, especially for Full Metal Jacket, really isn't too bad. Number 2 is 5.56 or 2.23. Now, I know technically these are 2 different rounds, but I'm going to go ahead and lump them together as one. My main uses for 2.23 or 5.56 are self-defense and target shooting. When it comes to versatility, even though we had a revised assault weapons ban just last year in California in 2016, you can still find featureless AR-15s. Also, you can find other rifles chambered in 5.56 223, such as the Ruger Mini 14 and the Kel-Tec SU-16. You may or may not be able to find it at Walmart. It's kind of hit or miss, but there are plenty of websites where you can still find it online. And the price of factory new ammo isn't too bad either. Finally, at number 1, we have 7.62 by 39. Now I know I'm going to lose a lot of you guys on this one, but hear me out. When it comes to uses, the main one would be self-defense. I'm not a hunter or anything, but I understand that the 7.62 by 39 can be used kind of like the poor man's deer hunting caliber. It's another very versatile caliber. You can still get featureless AKs, SKSs, Mini 30s, and even some bolt guns chambered in this caliber here in California. Availability is really hit or miss. Of course, steel case is more available than brass. It can be kind of rare at Walmart. You can find brass case at a decent price online, but it might take a little bit of searching. It can be more expensive to shoot in than the other four calibers on this list, but at the same time, it's still cheaper than 308 or 300 blackout like they mentioned on TFB TV. And with all that money you save, you can do a lot more shooting. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to troll in the comments below.